Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so we talked about Bollinger Band compression yesterday, and they just get tighter. They just get tighter. We spent the majority of yesterday's session in and around the 20-day simple moving average, in and around that middle band. We're doing it again this morning. We traded as high as the 36.75 pre-FOMC print price, and we traded right back down to 24.30. The mid-band comes in today at 24.30 half. The weekly pivot is at 24.30.25. We've got matching lows at 24.28. And so it's really that 24.28 to 24.34, 36, whatever you want to call it. You've got this 8-handle meat grinder that's, that's moving everybody back and forth. You think you're going to break down, you think you're going to break out, break down, break out. And if you're not nimble, you get chewed up. So either you want to be really nimble in that zone, or you want to leave that zone alone and wait for a resolution. So we traded it, long short yesterday, put together a decent day, but I mean, there really wasn't any directional movement to put together a fantastic day. It was just one of those days that didn't really want to go anywhere. And with it being now a summer Friday, we may get into the situation where today doesn't want to go anywhere either. We may figure this out next week. The reality is you need to keep your head and your account intact for the resolution, okay? There's no trouble in finding, our goal in the room is to find 4 handles a day on a full position. We've had no trouble at all finding 4 handles in the compression that we found. It's compressing at a wide enough base, and there's things that we do now that we never used to do on tighter stuff that we're always coming up with new tools and things like that to get the numbers where we need them. But it's not a day where you should come in, don't be trading 12, 15, 18, 20 times in a day. Stop it. Don't overtrade this stuff. You're just making your broker happy, and the tape really isn't going anywhere. And the reality is, when we resolve, whether it's to the upside or the downside, the bands are so compressed that the amount of time and the amount of handles that are going to be associated with the resolution are going to be more than enough to, there's more than enough opportunity there to make those handles, and you can do it in a way where the market wants to move, where the market wants to pay, where the market doesn't want to pick your pocket. And that's a much easier way to trade, to be in trades, than trying to trade this, 8-handle, meat grinder range in really tight bands. So that's my overall speech about trading compression. Okay, hourly chart. So here's your all-time high from Monday. Since then, we're getting these successive lower highs. 24.28 support, matching lows there, and then it's just been a bunch of moves back to 30. Holds. But the moves up have been lower and lower. I still ultimately like a downside resolution. The thing that concerns me about saying that is typically downside resolutions from tight Bollinger Bands have big monster upside head fakes before they go down. So you got to be careful. Just understand that if we do start to rally, kind of like we did on Wednesday when we went up and hit our head on 40, if we get back up into 39.40, or if we trade above it but then trade back below, the chances of it being a reaction high are decent, and you need to roll up stops on longs, and you need to identify risk on shorts. Now, if it's not a head fake to the upside and it keeps on going, then you're going to have to make a determination. We will in the room, but if you're just out there in the world, you're going to have to make a determination when a head fake is something that you need to hold for a longer and bigger move, expansion type move, up out of those bands. Do I think this is all going to happen today? Probably not. Do I think it's going to happen next week? I think at some point it's going to have to. Whether it's based upon healthcare vote rumors, some other piece of news, or just the weight of price, it can only sustain this type of band compression for so long. So we'll see. For now, watch yourself inside of this meat grinder range. All right, everybody have a fantastic Friday. There will be a midday today. There will be a wrap-up today. Tony will get an NQ update out, and if you don't see me, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll pick it up on Monday. Trade 'em well. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade 'em well.